Hello all, it's your faithful crafter, your one-armed crafter coming back to you today. Today we're going to make a card very similar to this one. I think it's adorable. It's got little bees on it and it says just because. But we're going to do a little bit of a different one. So we're going to get started here and I hope you will enjoy this video. So to start with, we're going to take our piece of paper, which is an 8.5 by 4 1/4, and I have not scored it, but what I do sometimes, and I learned this trick, from someone else on YouTube, is sometimes when you score it, it doesn't come out even. So you can take your cutter or a flat surface and roll it against it toward the edge. Can you see that? And you just press it a little bit and you come out with a more even side. Because sometimes when you score it, you're going to get one end that is longer than another end. I don't know how that happens. I don't know if these score lines are not straight, but sometimes that does happen. So we'll take this and the bone folder and we'll flatten it out and make that a nice sharp card. Now, I have dies that match my little bee stamps, and I have already stamped these and cut some out because that's just something that everybody should know how to do. But if you don't, leave a comment and I'll show you how to do that. But I've already colored some of them just to save time. But here are the stamps and cutouts that I want to use. I've got them on sticky paper because, again, sometimes I can't hold it. I've got a sentiment. We're going to make this a happy bee day for birthday. So I need a piece of paper to cover this. We're going to look at some of my pre-cut papers that I have already. Let's look at a yellow one and see what that will look like. I believe it might work. The yellow bee and that yellow might clash a little bit. Let's see. These yellows, I think, are all the same. Yeah. Let's look at. Oh, that's a pretty color, but I don't think it's going to work. And that's white on the other side. Let's try a blue. The blue might work. We've got a blue flower. So let's try the blue and see if that works better than this yellow. All right, so we'll put these, I call this my first layer of cardstock. It's cut just a little bit shorter and more narrow than the cardstock itself by 1/4 inch. So this top layer, instead of being 5 1/2 across and 4 1/4 this way, it's going to be 5 1/4 by 4. So this is what we're going to start with. And this is our card base. So let's see, what do we want to put on here? First of all, I probably need to finish coloring these. I did not finish because I wanted to show you what I was using. I'm using my alcohol ink markers. You can get these anywhere. Some people have an aversion to getting things from China, but I'll tell you, even if you go to Walmart, everything's from China. So these are my alcohol markers. This one is called Marigold. I'm going to look and see if it's the color of this one. I think it is. I think that's what I used. I couldn't decide if I needed yellow or marigold, and I think I like the marigold better. So I'm going to color his wings. Now some of this I put on vellum. Vellum is just a thin piece of paper. Is that vellum? That's not vellum, sorry. But you'll see it here in a minute. Well, you can tell this is vellum right here. It's a little more see-through. You can see the honeycomb coming through his body. This is just white cardstock that I cut him and painted him out of. But we're gonna, I think this one is vellum because the color is not quite as bold. But we'll get this colored in. And I've got it on some sticky paper to hold it. I think I said that before. But I hope y'all will follow me. And you hear my dogs behind me. They're pitter-pattering around on the floor. I've got an extra dog here today. My nephew dropped his dog off while he went on a short little trip. But I hope y'all will follow me. If you wonder why I only have one arm, it's quite an interesting story. And you can see it on YouTube and TikTok under The Faithful Crafter. But it is a very miraculous story as to how I survived what had happened to me. And I realize I am not the only person who has ever received a miracle, but, you know, it was certainly significant to me. And every doctor, respiratory therapist, nurse, every medical person that has ever, you know, worked in a hospital and been around ill people will tell you that I am a miracle. Oops, sorry. And so that is an interesting story, and I hope you'll watch it and get something out of it. I'm looking for my black alcohol marker. There it is. That's the black one. Yeah. So I'm going to use my fine tip. If you wonder how I'm getting the tops off of these, I'm having to use my mouth and my teeth. I know you're not supposed to do that, but that's the only way I have to remove lids like this. I do have something coming up that I will be talking about while I'm crafting here. And today I get to go get some allergy testing because I have to have a total knee replacement. I'm a little concerned about it because having surgery on my shoulder is what caused this to be amputated, and I don't want anything else to happen. So I am a little concerned, but I go for allergy testing today because supposedly I am allergic to titanium and nickel. Most of us women know when we're allergic to nickel because we can't wear the cheap earrings or jewelry because it'll break us out, makes us itch, all that stuff. So I know I'm allergic to nickel. And I had my gallbladder out many years ago, and I was allergic to the staples that the doctor used. and he told me that they were made out of titanium, and that surgeon told me that I was allergic to titanium. So guess what the implants for knee surgery are made out of? Titanium and nickel. Excuse me. So today I go see the allergist to see if I indeed am allergic to that. And then we will know what kind of implant I can safely have in my knee. I'm very much looking forward to that replacement having been completed, not the surgery itself, but having been completed, because I am in constant pain with my knee. And anybody who's ever had arthritis in your knee, and you know that bone on bone is killing you, and I'm having to walk with a cane, boy, do I feel old. Speaking of feeling old, over the weekend, my beautiful daughters, I have 2, they're grown, I have 5 grandchildren, but my beautiful daughters threw an early garden party, birthday party for me. And my daughter's house, where it was held, she had decorated her yard so beautifully, had done so much work in the yard. It was just absolutely wonderful. All the grandkids were there. My grandson, who's in the Air Force, had come in from Oklahoma, and I did not know he was coming. And that was a really nice surprise. But all the grandkids, boyfriends, they all came. We had a wonderful time. We grilled out. It was just so fantastic. My sister came down. She lives about 3 hours from me, but her son brought her down. She's 6 years older than me, and she's started to have some dementia problems, so it was special to have her there. And actually, she and I share birthday time. We're not exactly on the same day, but we're 5 days apart. I always told her that I was her birthday present when she was 6 years old. I don't think she appreciated that. I forgot a leaf up here, so I'm going to color it in. I do different color leaves because that's how life is, right? You go outside, no 2 leaves are the same color. They have different shades. Okay. All right, so we got those. So again, I have the stamps of the bees. I got this off of Amazon. Where did I lay them? There they are. This came from Amazon. It's just a little set of bees and strawberries, and it came with the die cuts to cut them out. So I love the set when it comes like that. Again, for those of you who may or may not have seen any videos that I've done before, I do not use kits. This all comes from just inspirations. I watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of TikTok. I have channels on both. Thinking about doing an Etsy shop. Y'all leave comments below and let me know whether you think Etsy shops are worth it to sell greeting cards. But I just, I'm going to do a craft show this weekend. It'll be the first with my cards. I don't know how it's going to go. Sometimes people will buy cards, sometimes they don't. And it's okay. This is a hobby. It's not something that I do to pay my bills. Strictly a hobby. And I was concerned when I first had my amputation, worried whether I could do this still or not, because it is a good hobby for me. I am retired. I've been retired about 7 years, and I've done a lot of DIY crafts, and I'm very active, in the community and in my church with my friend groups. So I just don't sit still very long, and this knee thing has really gotten me down to where I'm unable to go like I wanted to go. But I'm doing my crafts. I love it, and I hope you like what we do here as well. So let's put this together. So I want to put this little bee on here. I'm going to take him off of the plastic. And one other thing that I did, I have sheets of self-adhesive tape, and I will show you that. Hang on, let me get it. I'm coming. Okay, it is double-sided sticky paper. I ordered it from Amazon as well. But I will use that when I'm doing small things like this. But the trick is, for me anyway, is getting it separated. It sometimes takes a little bit because the paper is sticky on both sides, but you peel the paper back off the sticky tape, put your paper on that you want to end up on your card, and then you've got the other sticky piece, and you're trying to separate them, and sometimes it takes a little bit. I think I got this one started. Sometimes I have to use a little tool. I've got my reverse tweezers here. Oh, I keep getting that stuck on my arm. Don't think the doctor would like that if I went to him and had that stuck on my arm. Okay, you can see it starting to peel up. Let's see. Let me get my pokey tool. I got bored the other day and made me some pokey tools. I had some long needles and I had a few beads. All right. Now, using my mouth to kind of peel that back. Let's see. It's going to stick on my arm again. All right. There's that little bee. We're going to put him, I'm going to put a flower like right here in the middle. Probably should do that first, shouldn't I? I'm going to put him back down. We're going to put this flower in the middle. And see if we can get that sticky tape off of that one. It's really stuck to the bottom. Oh, that peeled up good. That worked. Now it's got sticky all over it, so I don't have to put glue on it. So we're gonna put this sort of in the middle. I see shadows. I hope you're not seeing shadows. Okay. Now we're gonna take this little bee and we're gonna set him like right on top. See how he's a little more see-through than this? This is on white cardstock. This is on vellum. I just wanted to see how it would look. Let's see if we can peel this one off. I'm going to get a stem and put another flower on. Yeah, that works. And again, I'm stuck to my arm. We'll put this one over here. And we'll do this big red one here. Let's see. So another thing that's happening this week for me that's exciting, besides going to the allergist today, is tomorrow I get to go see a prosthetic person. I'm not sure what you call them. Prosthetician, maybe? I'm not sure. But anyway, I get to go see them and check on the possibility of getting a prosthesis for this arm. Excuse me. I'm not really sure I really want one. I seem to do pretty well without it. This incident with my hand just happened in December. It's the end of May, so it's not even been 6 months since my incident. But I have adapted so well, and I've learned how to do things, and people have been so kind. You know, you hear bad things, people getting just, you know, different reactions, I guess is what I'd call it. And I have not experienced that. In fact, I live in the Southeast in Tennessee, and when I go out and I'm at the store, whether it's at the grocery store or a pharmacy, it doesn't matter where I am, I have more people offer to help me, and I'm not one to ask for a lot of help, but I let them help me because it does help me and it makes them feel good to be able to help. So I am very appreciative of the way people treat me here in this town. And it's a big town. It's not a small town. So it's been very rewarding to see how people can be. Okay, I think I'm getting this last one on there. What do you think so far? We're not through, but it's coming together. This is going to be a happy B-day, happy birthday. Don't think I'm going to use this one. I didn't plan this well enough, I don't think. So let's take this B and figure out where he's going. And then we'll try some other embellishments and see what happens. I think this one's going to be on cardstock. Let's see if I can get him up. Did you know I get half off on my manicures? I only got one hand, so I do get half off. But I do like to keep my nails just a little bit long because I do use them for things such as this, as well as other things. But yeah, I'll keep y'all updated as to what's going on with my allergy testing and my knee replacement and my prosthesis. I've got a lot going on here. I've had to give up some of my activities until I can get my knees straightened out, and I don't care for that. In fact, I'm supposed to be in a Bible study right now, but I just can't walk that far without a lot of pain, and I try to stay off of my knee as much as I can until I can get the surgery done. I'm having a difficult time trying to get this little bee up, so let me turn it and see if I can go another direction here. Maybe get a piece off here. I think that's actually going to work. Yeah. Okay, again, this is vellum and not cardstock. It's hard to tell when you've got it on a backer, you know, like the piece that you stuck to the double-sided tape. So, where are we going to put this little feller? I think we need to put him up here. And we'll let him fly that way. And we'll smooth him out. Now we've got, I painted this or colored it before I knew what color of backing I was going to do. I'm not sure I care for that. So I may cover it in some blue. Let's see if I have a blue ink. That one might work. Let's see what happens. All right. I think that'll work. I've got a gold piece underneath this just to kind of highlight it a little bit. I think this might look better than that green. What do y'all think? You like it? Yeah, the craft show I'm going to do this weekend, it's sponsored by one of the big churches in a little town just up the road from me. So or at least it's going to be in their fellowship hall. I don't know if it's actually being sponsored by their church. A friend invited me to go. She makes cards as well, but we decided together that we would not compete with each other. So I'm doing all of the greeting cards and she's doing just shaker cards and shaker tags, you know, for gift giving. So we don't know if it's going to go or not. Okay, let's see. Where do we want to put this? Maybe this way. And let's pop it up on some dimensionals. I like at least one element of the card to be on dimensionals. And I get these off of Amazon and another little Chinese shop that I won't mention because some people have an aversion to it. But again, you know, if you go to Walmart, you're going to find things made in China that you don't expect to be made in China. So I'm not going to get political here. I'm just stating a fact. I wish we could just buy American, but it just doesn't happen that way. So let's take the papers off of these. Okay, and we're going to put this like this. And I feel like I need something right here. I have some collections. Hang on, reach over here. One of my birthday presents this weekend from one of my granddaughters was paper flowers from Recollections from Michaels. I may do something like that. Let me open these up because I feel like I need something there. I can always draw a stem. Yeah, I think these will work. Let me get a few out and we will then embellish that little that little inside of that flower came off, so we'll use another one. Let's see, here's a lighter one. We'll just do a little collection like, see, trying to figure out if these are the same. How about that? And then draw a stem. Does that look all right? I think it does. So let's glue these on. I used my Bearly Art Precision Glue. Absolutely love this stuff. In fact, I'm probably needing to buy some more of it. These kind of pop up on themselves, so I don't think I need to do a dimensional on it. They're kind of up in the shadows. They're kind of dimensional as they are. Let's see. I'll put this on the back so I can kind of layer him. Put a little glue. That. So we've got multiple things going here. You ever make a card and you think it's going to turn out so cute, and then you think, oh, that's not really what I expected. So sometimes I have to just leave them for a day or two to decide if I really like it or not. Okay, now let's draw a stem. I'm going to take a black, let me put the pen back in this so it doesn't dry. I have the worst time remembering to close up my glue. I'm sure nobody else ever has that happen. I'm going to take a black pen. Make sure it works before I try it. Yeah. And we're going to draw a stem. A stem. And we're going to pretend there's one coming from that middle one. I keep putting that in the way of the light. What do y'all think of that? Okay. Oop. Now we're gonna, this was such a simple card, but I did have some things already pre-done as far as the cutting out. Yeah, I think I like it. We'll put it on the card base. And here's my card base. Again, your card base, when it's unfolded, is 8.5 by 4 1/4. And then you fold it, and it ends up 5 and, is that right? 5.5 by 4 1/4. Yeah, I think that's right. I don't know what I said. Anyway, so now, first of all, I'm going to stamp the back before I put this on. I have a stamp that has my TikTok address on it, and you can also find me on YouTube and TikTok, and hopefully soon you'll be able to find me on Etsy, but that's still to be determined. I'm not sure. Handmade from the Heart, Faith Creations by Mary, Faithful Crafter. And let's glue this on. And we'll see what happens. And I may let it sit for a day or two before I decide if it's good enough to go in my stash to try to sell at the craft show. You know, some things that I think are a little iffy, others might like. I'm very critical of my own work, and I'm sure most crafters are. We look for confirmation that our things look nice, and I think that's pretty much everybody in the world, is you want to receive some type of affirmation. So let's see if I can get this straight. I never get it straight the first time. Never. Because I can't hold with two hands. And somehow that still didn't come out straight, even though I folded it the way I wanted it. So I can always trim it. It's not a big deal. Let's see if it's getting straight. I want the edges to be about the same. Maybe need to come down a little. Using wet glue is easier to maneuver, but if you wait too long, you can't. Let's see. It's too far down. Too far over. Ah! This is the irritating part. There, I think I got it. Now it's a little crooked down here. Okay, don't like that. It's too crooked. Let's glue some more. My glue is almost dried, so I'm going to glue some more. Sometimes I'll use my arm just to hold it in place. Let's try it. All right, the bottom is crooked. That's my problem right there. But I've already stamped the other side. So I'm gonna go with the top. I'm gonna work from the top, and then we'll take care of the bottom. I want it even on both sides and on the top. There. Now, look at what I just did. I did it upside down. Good grief, Mary. Fun times. All right. I bet y'all saw that before I did. I was putting it in upside down. But it's okay. It all comes out in the wash. And I've said it many times. Don't look for perfection when it's being handmade. It can't be perfect because it is handmade. There are going to be mistakes, and that's okay. My opinion is, if somebody is so particular that they're going to point out your mistakes, then they may not ever get another card. Excuse me. Let's see if we can put a few little embellishments. Do I want green? Do I want diamonds? Pearls? Decisions. I think, let's see, what do I want? Here's some purple, but I don't want that. I don't think I have any blue. If I do, they're dark. I do have some blue. I think they're too dark. Some black. No. Ew, that's not it. Okay, I'm running out of choices here. There, we'll use those. I like those. Y'all give me your comments as to what color you would have chosen. I hope you will subscribe and follow my channel. I'm just getting started and I'm trying to build up my audience. I'm hoping that because I think I am very unique in being a one-handed crafter, I'm hoping that that will catch on and people will want to see how I do things. I have a great attitude. Love my life, and this little amputation is just considered a bump in the road to me. So I hope you'll stay tuned, and I hope you'll follow me. Send me your comments and let me know what I can do to help you. I will pray for you if you need assistance with that. I am a strong Christian. I have a very strong faith. Okay, I think I forgot one thing, and that's the bee trail behind him. I have one that is a cutout right here, but I think I'm going to draw it because I think that works best. And I think I need maybe a bow right here. And I might just have a pretty little bow. Let me see if I can enlarge this bow just a wee bit. My granddaughter makes the bows for me. I obviously can't. I have been able to figure out how to do them on a fork. But I think that's about right. Let's see, let's trim the tail off this bow. Let's go that way. And gotta let go of this one to trim it. Let's see. That way. That didn't work, but I don't think it'll matter. Okay, let's put some glue right down here. That'll kind of cover up that and look like it's meant to be there. Hold that in place a second. Okay, what do you think? Not quite the same, but yet still the bee theme, and I think it turned out right cute. So I hope you'll continue to follow me. Give me some ideas of what you'd like to see me make, and I will see you next time. Thanks for joining. Bye.